Welcome friends, this is Moving with Mo and I have a 15-minute long workout for you. This is a full body workout. We're going to go through a push, a pull, a squat, a hinge, and a core movement. We'll do 5 movements 3 times through at 60 seconds apiece. If you are so fresh and you have not done any movement yet, go to my very first video to warm up and then jump back on this one. All right, y'all, so let's get started. I'll start with a squat. This will be a front-loaded squat. Now, you do not need dumbbells. You could use anything that has weight. You can also just use body weight. I'm gonna load these dumbbells at my shoulders. Oh, that's cute. I have a great pair of knees, and his hair is on one of my dumbbells. As I sit down in my squat, I send my hips back, my weight in my heels, I stand tall. Before I get started, I'm gonna tuck my hips under, so that my pelvis is stable, my lumbar spine is stable. I sit back in my heels and I squeeze my bum to stand. I'll let you know what comes next at about the 45-second mark. Let's get started. 5, dumbbells at your shoulders in 4, in 3, 2, let's work. I want you to think about your feet. Wiggle your toes around, press your big toe and your pinky toe down into the floor. As you lower and bend your knees, drive the knees out to the right and the left over your second and third toes. As you stand tall, keep your knees out and squeeze your bum. I like to inhale as I lower, exhale as I lift. If you do have dumbbells in your hands, the deeper I go in my squat, the more forward my elbows go. Weighting my heels, weighting my glutes. Keep this coming, keep this going. You're here for 15 more seconds. We move into a push-up. Dumbbells will go down to the sides. Give yourself 2 to 3 more. We go in 5, 4 push-ups in 3, 2, feet are shoulder width or knees are down. I'm gonna drop my elbows behind me. Exhale to push. As I lower down, my fingers are spread really wide. I'm gripping the floor like it's a basketball and pulling the floor apart as I lower, driving it away to lift. If I'm on my knees, same thing. There's a tendency for the elbows to go way out to the sides, and this can be unsupportive to our shoulder. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Notice your head position as you lower down. Is your head dipping towards the floor? Can you think about keeping your ears pulled back? We'll go straight into our core move. Following this minute is a dead bug on our back. With your knees over your hips, your wrists over your shoulders in 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice your low back, flatten it all the way. Lengthen your left leg and your right arm away. Inhale, pull the belly down. Exhale, knee over hip, wrist over shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee over hip, wrist over shoulder. Now, if I'm moving and I'm not really thinking about my core pulling down and in, this isn't super difficult. But when I feel my belly pulling down and in, pushing my low back down, I almost start to shake. Inhale, exhale. You're here for 20 more seconds. If this is your first time trying this move, it might be a little wonky. You're only moving 2 limbs, your other 2 are still. So your left leg might extend first, then your right arm. Your left leg, right arm, your right leg, left arm. We go into a deadlift in 3, 2, meet me on your feet. Feet are shoulder width. I'm gonna lock my shoulders back. Again, tuck my tail under, soften my knees. My shoulder blades are squeezing. Push my hips back. My head moves with my torso. When my hips cannot sit back any further, squeeze my bum to send my hips forward. My dumbbells stay really close to my legs. And I have a tendency to dip my dumbbells like this, as you just saw. Try to keep them even and level, strengthening your wrists. Think about your toesies. Can you push the toes down through the big toe and the pinky toe? These are your eagle claws, and you're clawing onto a branch. I feel my glutes spreading open as I sit my hips back. I squeeze my booty cheeks together as I stand. I keep that soft bend in my knee at all times. I move into a single side row. 3, 2, 1, dumbbell down. Take your right leg back. Take your right shoulder and set it back into your spine. Take an inhale. As you exhale, pull your dumbbell into your hip pocket. Squeeze the space behind your armpit. Inhale, exhale, pull. So I can take my left arm and kind of rest it on my left thigh. I can take my left hand on my left thigh, or it can be out to the side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull. I'm trying to keep these shoulders level. There's a tendency for the weighted arm to be dipping down. 3, 2, switch your side. Set your shoulder back, pack it into the spine. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the space behind the armpit. If your elbow gets too high, you're going to feel this up in your neck. We want to feel this behind the back. Ooh, that was aggressive. You're here for 5. We do it all again in 4, 3, 2, 1, 2 dumbbells at your shoulder squat. Tuck your hips under. Now noticing your head position. Anytime your hips are going back, you're going down with your hips. We should see lots of things from the top to the bottom. If my eyes are locked forward and I sit my hips back, my chin will lift. Now my low back is doing a lot of funky stuff because your spine is connected from top to bottom. So whatever you do with your head affects your low back. Inhale, lower. Squeeze from the lower glute. You're here for about 15 more seconds. Maybe you get 3 more. We're not going for speed, we're going for consistency and form and muscle activation. My shoulders are pinching, my elbows go forward as I sit my hips back. 3, 2, push-ups, dumbbells down to the sides. Wrists under your shoulders, fingers spread. Pull the floor apart, using your back muscles to lower. Inhale, explode, exhale. At the bottom of your push-up, you want to notice what is the closest thing to the floor. If knees are dropped down, this could be a little different. But if you're on your toes, you want your chest to be the closest thing to the floor at the bottom. I got the same thing on the knees, because it's a push-up, it's a chest movement. You could add a little pulse at the bottom if you're feeling really crazy. You're here for about 15 more seconds. It's tempting to speed up. Can you go even slower? If you feel your low back dipping, can you gather your belly, get your rib cage and your hips close? 3, 2, 1, dead bug, knees over hips, wrist over shoulders. Flatten low back, inhale, right arm, left leg lengthens. Exhale, knee and hip, wrist over shoulder. Inhale, reach. Pull the belly in, exhale, knee, hip, wrist, shoulder. Now, if you're feeling super strong, maybe you want more of a challenge, you could lift your head here. As long as you're able to maintain low back flat, no air pockets between you and the ground, you're golden. You're halfway through it, about halfway through this workout in total. We're gonna start to feel some discomfort mentally, physically, as this rises up. Just affirm to yourself, hey, this is fine. This is what I came here for. I'm killing it. You have 15. Can you do 4 more? We move into our deadlifts in 5, 4, 3, 2, shoulders lock. Big toe, pinky toe presses, tuck the hips. Sit the bum back, inhale, exhale, squeeze the glutes together. Now in this position, I have a tendency to express my ribs really far forward. We want to feel our rib cage and our hips getting super close and closing in, like a sealed soda can. A lot of the time when we injure ourselves as we're working out, it's because our abdomen is not loaded properly. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, squeeze. Check in with the shoulders. If you work at a desk, have a baby, have an iPhone, shoulders might be rolling forward. Every few reps, resetting, packing them into the spine. You have 10, you do 2 more. Check in with the toes, softening the knees. Single side row in 4, 3, 2, right leg back. Set your shoulders, pack them into spine. Exhale, dumbbell pulls into the hip. I like to take my free hand and just touch the front of my abdomen to remind myself to keep it all locked in. These lats, when we define them more, they give us more of an hourglass effect. So when our lats are more defined, our waist looks smaller, we can eat more bread, life is good. 3, 2, now switch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, dumbbell to the hip pocket. Notice your head. Is your chin starting to dip forward? Pretend like you have a grapefruit right at your chin, reaching the crown of your head tall. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze the back of the armpit. For 4, 3, 2, 1, we do it all again. This is the last time. You learned it, you practiced it, you're just gonna practice it again. We're never performing, we're just playing around, having a good time. So for the first 20 some years of my life, my bum was flat. It actually went in where it goes out. So this is why, well, it's one of the reasons, as I squatted, my knees would not move out to the sides. When you keep your knees in the same place as you squat, the front of your thigh is doing a lot of the work. Driving the knees out to the sides, this gets the glutes to the party. 15. I hope you guys can hear this music. If not, I hope you have something blaring in your space, because a good playlist can make a workout a little easier. 3, 2, 1, push-ups, final time. So as we're getting lower, notice if the low back is dipping. Pretend we have a fire under the belly. We're trying to keep our belly up away from the fire. Doesn't matter how low you get. You go 1 inch, 2 inches, you go all the way down, you're moving. It's amazing. Affirm that whatever is happening in your space is beautiful. Try to release any expectation of how you think it should be. And just have a great time doing what you're doing right now. You're here for 15 seconds. Can you do 5 more? Maybe 4. Whoo, dead bugs. 3, 2, 1. Try to keep the shins parallel with the floor. Tuck the hips. I call this the anti-Alzheimer's move because we have the right side of our brain that works the left side of the body and the left side of the brain that works the right side of the body. When you're moving your limbs in opposing directions, you're syncing up both hemispheres of the brain. This works our coordination. This helps us to be ready for real life things happening. You're walking down the street, you trip, you go to drop something and you catch it because you've been practicing your dead bugs. You're here for 15 seconds. Check in. Maybe you take one of your hands and you just remind yourself, okay, keep everything pulled down and in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, stack. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull in. We go to deadlifts in 3, 2, hustle to your feet. Feet shoulder width, knees soften, shoulders roll back, ribs close to hips. Now, if you're feeling this in the low back at all, reset. A big tendency with this movement is what we see happening is our chest going forward. But what is initiating this movement? It's the hips. It's like your body is a metal rod and you have a screw right at your waist and I'm behind you with a rope around the waist, pulling at your hips. So the chest falls forward because the hips push back. And when the hips cannot go back any further, the chest does not have to reach down any farther. If it does, this is where we're getting into the back in a not so fun, I need to go see the chiropractor kind of way. You got 8, 5, 4, last minute of work in 3, 2, 1 dumbbell, right arm. Lock the shoulder back. You've got all of these checkpoints. You're bending deeply into this front leg, front knee over front ankle. Squeezing the left glute. On the ball of your right foot, core is contained, head position. Ears are pulled back, like my hand is in front of your face and it smells really bad. 4, 3, 2, 1, reset. Inhale, reach, exhale, pull. I'm so proud of you for showing up today. We made it to the very end. We've got less than 15 seconds left. Give yourself a few more reps, filling your body up with the gratitude that you killed this. This is 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let it go. Great job, friends. Give me some of these. Now, if you wanted to do that 1 or 2 more times, go crazy. You could restart this from the beginning. I would maybe at most cap it at a 45-minute workout, but you live your best life. You're driving the ship. I'm just giving you recommendations. I want you to take your right arm across and your left arm under if you are done. Release your right shoulder down. Allow the head to fall to the left elbow. Big breaths. 3, 2, 1. Release and switch. Release the left shoulder, head falls to the right. Big breaths. For 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. As you exhale, bend the elbows to goal pose. Lift the chin. Inhale, lengthen. Look forward. Exhale, elbows bend, chin lifts. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Release the arms down, quad stretch. Reach back for your right foot, soften the left knee, inner thighs come together, tail tucks forward, dig into your hand. Feel the ribs expanding as you breathe. On your next exhale, release, cross-legged forward fold, right crosses over the left, we fold forward. Inhale, lift your heart half high, spine extends forward. As you exhale, fold a little deeper. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, uncross your legs, bend your knees, roll it up. Reach back for your right or left foot rather. Soften your right knee, inner thighs come together, tail tucks forward. For 4, 3, 2, big breath in, exhale, release, cross-legged fold. Big breath in, spine extends forward, heart lifts. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Ragdoll, uncross your legs, bend your knees so deeply, let go of your upper body, completely sway. Nod the head no to any negativity that comes your way the rest of this year. Nod the head, hell yes, to knowing you did a fabulous job. You're about to go have an amazing day. Big breath in, bend your knees, stack your spine, lift your arms overhead and give yourself a high five. It was so good to have you in this space, and I'm so excited to move more with you. Please let me know how that was for your body and what you want to see next. Happy holidays.